Yeah, I had to dip out real quick because I just got reminded by a homie of mine. Hey yo, you need this album done. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like, you know what? May as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The fucking cage. Alright. It's an album for a buddy of mine. For his cover. He said he wanted something that goes somewhat hard but also meaningful. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna mash some things together and let him thought it out on what he can make. So throughout this whole picture right here, there's no meaning behind it. It could be literally anything. It could be something deep like, death is a constant reminder that goes around you wherever you go, every second. Or everyone's just high as fuck and could be anything. That's why it's like just messing around and all that. Now let's go to this people's spawn. What's usually funny when it comes to these artists like VCs is just like, oh, you're not drawing my favorite character? Leaves. No one really gives a damn, so I'm fine with that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually just messing around and all that, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Yo, what's up, man? What you doing?
I'm about to make some udon instant. How about you?
Just finishing a an artwork that I'm creating for Buddy.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Is it really commission if I'm doing it for free?
Lol. Ha.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, it's commission because you're not getting paid.
He owes me a sloppy toppy. Okay, never mind.
Wait, how live are we?
Oh, you're on Twitch? Fuck.
Oh, shout
Oh
out
no!
Twitch.
I'm just drawing over
Shout
here.
out
Fuck.
Twitch.
Shout out to Twitch. You didn't hear me say nothing. It was a moment of weakness, I swear.
Stupid.
Man. Come on. I'm gonna be known as the Glizzy Man in this server. That's what. Of all times that I had to time it. Man,
Hey,
I'm
you should draw this guy with like bedhead. This is like the bedhead guy. He woke up late. You feel me?
I can see that. I'm not worried about the background at the moment. Just the line art.
Hey, so in like art studios, like let's say you're working for a company, there's no way that someone would be working on the same thing as you, right?
What do you mean?
Like they wouldn't like be on the same canvas, I guess.
I'm not so sure actually. They have their own preference.
Yeah.
Switch this around. Yeah, may as well switch this around. Turning this. There you go.
What are you using to draw? Stylus?
I'm using a stylus, yes.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this, man? Is she one of those tour guides that you wish that existed? Just say yes. I think it's unavoidable at this point now.
So
Yeah.
I took work off today,
You,
and
you said you chose to work off? What?
I I took off work today.
Oh, so did I.
Uh, and
So
I
did
took
I.
it off because it was a long week.
It- Definitely. The only reason why I took off my day off today because we're adjusting our work schedule. There's going to be people requesting me on Saturdays. That's why I took Monday off instead. Get that extra free day.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I'm just gonna come back to it.
I'm such a bitch. I just let people choose for me what to work,
Oh, when
what
to work?
schedule.
Uh,
Yeah.
Absolutely fair.
Um, but I don't want to be a bitch anymore.
Oh, yes. I
So
have
I think I'm
decided
gonna
to
take.
become not.
I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off too.
That's fine.
But like, what would you say? Like, as in, like, I feel like if I say it, they think I'm gonna quit. So how do I make it sound where I'm not going to quit, but I'm tired of your shit, type of thing?
And you're saying this to your boss, right?
Yes.
I usually go with something like, "Hey, is it all right if I take this day off? Take this day off." And if
Oh,
not, is
you
there
want to go
any
the
other day?
nice route?
Yeah, you want to go with the nice route.
All right, that's perfect for me because everyone thinks I'm nice, but actually, I'm not. Wait, what did you say?
Usually, you'd say, "Hey, is it all right if I take this specific day off?"
Even
Like,
though it's tomorrow.
is it all right if I take tomorrow off as well, or something like that? And if not, is there any other day that I can be away?
Oh my god, you're perfect. Thank you. That's exactly. That sounds.
No, I used to work customer service. I hate it. So,
Hey, I'm working at a restaurant, and
oh
it's
god.
busy as hell, and it's chaos, and yeah.
Well, I feel bad for you once the boss says no.
I'm sorry, but they're working me like hard, so like hard compared to.
Yeah, yeah.
This is my first time calling out, so is there anything else I should include?
Oh, you're good.
Is it okay to take tomorrow off? Um, And what?
And if it's not okay, can I take any other day off of the week?
Okay.
Yeah.
But this week is my weekend
気晴らし
actually.
になるな。
See this. I don't think I'm well enough
契約に従ったのでしょうか。
to work tomorrow either. I can follow up with the rest of the schedule.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say after, okay, so currently I work part-time, I mean
Mm.
full-time, and I'm gonna say after, I'm sorry, but I think I need to work part-time.
ついていきます。次の仕事はついていきます。
Dude, I should have life, okay? Money's not everything.
禁止。関係。
Just
闇にならないで。
暗算発表。
don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I'm 30 years old right now. Please don't tell me that right now. Well, good for you. I've worked full time, heavy job. So
いざ。いざ。
okay. Well, I mean, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you if you're able to do what you want to do in your spare time. So if you are, dude, I don't even have time to sleep. So I mean, sure, that's a me thing. However, just yeah, if it doesn't work for me, I'm sorry. Do I owe my life to this fucking place that's hiring me? No. Dude, I don't even have time to shower. I don't even have time to clean my house. I barely even have I lost ever since I started this job. I only have time to eat. Yeah, sure, it's a me thing. Let's go for that. But maybe it's not for me. In which case, I tried it. It's been 3 months now. And it's not just this place, it's every other place. It's I don't know how to balance. And in which case I should just
So
go
you
back
do
to
plan on
school.
leaving?
Of course no one wants to stay in a full-time restaurant
Oh, I
job.
thought you were just trying to want to take a day off. That's what it heard to me.
I'm sorry, but I'm tired of like being like the bitch of like a workplace. Like honestly. Like I'm watching you guys do art right now and like damn, I would like to make that career. Obviously it's not easy, it's still work, but it's different. Yeah, I don't know how, okay, you're right. I don't know how to not let myself be not taken advantage of. I'm too nice. If they
Take
say do something, I'll be like, all right, fine.
take
Okay,
it from a guy like me, man.
I'll
I was there literally 10 fucking years ago when I started out my life and I got into business. You know, I tried starting up my self-owned operated business back then, and I won't say a lot about it because, well, I'm live streaming. But in short, all right, without getting into politics and all these other douchebags of the government, without getting into all of that, my life was simple at first. It was like all good comings, you know. I was 16, going on 17 at the time, and it was a good coming up, you know. And I noticed that as soon as I started to get my first dollar, Uncle Sam wanted my first dollar. So on and so forth, right? It continued to get more stressful as the years went on, and I figured that I had to have a couple more part-time jobs just to make ends meet because I wanted to achieve what few could, the American dream, right? And I'm assuming you're American, just based off our conversation. We have a lot
yeah.
more hardships than others do, but be that as it may. Whenever I turned 19, 3 years later, I finally was up off the ground with my technology business, right? With my IT business. And
Oh, nice.
again, it was a good time. This was before COVID, way before COVID. This was back in about 2016, 2017 now. And again, years and years ago, you could own and operate your business. You could do whatever you wanted. But what really took my business down, what really brought everything crashing down was 2020. I couldn't do it anymore. It got too hard. And even though I kept running it, I eventually had to shut it down. I was forced to. And so the only other thing that I could do with the remaining clients is offer them services that they could afford, such as grass cutting,
Bushes.
bushes, anything outside work, hell, even trimming trees. And I had to close it out earlier this year due to the financial hardships. But all that I'm hoping for at this point is to just be forgiven by my student loans from all those years ago in college. With the way that the government is going on about it and taking forever to respond to everybody, then I don't know. But with that being said, there's a lot of things that I would have rather done. Hell, during the whole time of me running that small business, I went to several fast food restaurants, several grocery stores, and worked in all of them. Again, I'm not saying that my life was far from the dumpster fire it was. I had a good family that took care of me. I had a lot of people that supported me. And I know that people take it for granted. I did for a small while until I found out that life ain't the way I made it out to be. I made it harder on myself by trying to make it easier on myself. And I found that, well, the more that I took was the less that I could see. So once I started distancing myself from those things that made me upset or those people that made me mad, I found that finally, the more I let go, the less that I had. Finally, the more I could see, the bigger picture I could see. Maybe you could take it from me, a guy
And
who has autism and ADHD, a guy who has a million and one things running through his mind every single second of every single day. But I'm just giving you my perspective, my look on life. It may not mean a whole lot to you, a guy who's 4 years older than me. But again, I'm
for
just giving you
yours,
my
it's not
perspective.
a big difference. Not huge.
It may not be, but I'm just giving you my perspective. I'm just telling you to keep your head held high, man, because I know around the corner you'll get something. You're a hard worker, and you always have been. They may not, a lot of people may not have been there for you always, and they may have backstabbed you, just like me. There have been a lot of people to backstab me in my time, just like the unusual hilly churl who's creating this art. There's a lot of people that don't pay him for his commissions.
Oh, man.
There's a lot
You did not.
there's a lot of people who don't pay him for his
Man.
commissions, and there's a lot of people that just decide, you know what, fuck this guy in particular, right? But you know, me and him have a running joke in the server as a side note. Okay, me and him fight each other just as a running side gag. All right. But we throw puns at each other all the fucking time, and it's amazing. But
Oh, man.
which is why I have my profile set up the way I do, if you've paid attention to it. But anyway, point is, getting back on topic, it makes me feel happy to talk to a guy like you, you know, to see where people are in life. I mean, maybe that's just me, maybe it's a me thing. And getting back to what you said earlier, yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. Do I care? Maybe so. At least for right now I do, because I'm invested in the conversation. I'm invested in the topic. But no matter who's there for you in the future, man, no matter who's there for you in the future, I support you. Whatever you're doing in life, whether it's working at a grocery store or digging a ditch, whether it's trying to be the president someday, whatever it may be, just know that someone will always be there to support you, man. Again, you may be older than me, you may have had more experience, and you may be more cemented in the world than I, but the confidence that I can give you is this: if I can do it, if the unusual hilly churl can put up with people not paying him, then hey man, you know, all jokes aside, I'm rooting
Word.
for you regardless. You know, that's all I can really say.
I mean,
Yeah, he still owes me that sloppy top.
that was
Okay, bro. All right.
that was very sweet. I'm not gonna lie, that was very, very sweet. No one actually said that type of stuff, so
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
I mean, all that I'm saying, bro, is that you can't expect to have a hardened heart and expect people, you know, to see that you're trying to change. If you want people to see the best in you, start with you first. I mean, some of my favorite songs from my childhood are Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. You know, I took that to heart as a kid because it's the truth. You got to start with you. You can't expect everybody else to change if you're not going to also. You have to show them that you're no longer the doormat that you once were or once allowed yourself to be. Again, my mind was so locked down to a point where I had to have a therapist for most of my childhood to get me to understand,
Nothing
hey,
wrong with that.
it's all right to actually be this way. It's all right that you have these conditions, and it's all right that not everybody's going to understand you, you know? But again, I had to have somebody to tell me that for 10, literally 10 years of my childhood until I was almost of adult age. But I don't care to tell anybody that. I'll let the world know it. I'm happy because it made me the person that I am. And I wouldn't change that. I've been trying to find a good girlfriend for the past many years, going back to the backstabbings that I talked about earlier. It mostly has to do with women. But hey, isn't that every man's adventure? Again, you know, you'll have plenty of people that'll do you dirty, do you wrong, man or woman. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you'll find somebody for you one day. You'll find somebody that shares similar interest and maybe not so much, but you'll at least find a good bit in common to get with that person one day. All that I'm trying to do is give you a few tidbits of my life to try to cheer you up a little bit, because at the end of the day, it's not all that bad, bro. At least we are blessed with another day, right?
I feel you.
ついていきます。関係者、
But then again, when that comes in mind,
お世話
you always have to think the show must go on regardless of where you're at.
Look, I turned 30, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be like more responsible. Oh, but I realized that that does not mean I have to be responsible with work. I would say I would have to be more responsible with taking care
Just-
of myself.
Just be
yes,
firm. Just be
Yes.
firm, man. You can still be nice at your workplace, but don't allow yourself to be run over. There's a fine line between being
No, I
nice
do.
at work. I mean, it literally is. It's a fine line that you gotta walk if you still want to be, you know, considered that nice person at your workplace while being firm and assertive, which is what I had to learn to do, you know, at a younger age. And it took me until about the age of 23, 24 to really learn what assertiveness was and how to change my demeanor at a second's notice if things weren't going the way that it needed to be. For me to be assertive and let them know, say, hey, this isn't going to go this way, it needs to go this way, you know.
It's very non-confrontational. Yeah, and I wish it was, but yeah, I'm trying to work on that. I'm like, at the same time, like, I'm not sure if I'm just really nice or I just don't know how to say no.
Of course you know how to say no. Just say no and walk
You
away.
just gotta find a way to where to start, and this could be the first one where you say no.
Yeah, I said
Starting from now on.
I've
Just,
never taken a day
message.
off. I never took a day off from work, and now I just did. I took 2 days off.
Well, that means you're taking care of your what? Your mental health, right? Because if you've never taken a day off, then it's gonna get to you eventually.
No, the only reason that it got to this point was because of what you said, is that I haven't been able to take care of what I want, which is like I just turned 30 last week. I still don't. I haven't even had time to process that I turned 30 and like what I should change about my lifestyle. So
Well, I guess I'm gonna leave you with this. If you're going to leave the call soon, I will leave you with this. You've come this far, but remember this, and this is from a DreamWorks animation movie, but this quote sticks with you because it's a very real quote. Yesterday is history. We can't go in the past. We can't change it. We don't have a time machine to go back in time like Marty McFly. We can't do that. We live in the real world, and every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second, we make a change in our life, for the better or for the worse. So we leave that in the past, even though we still look on it to see what we can do better for the future. Speaking of that, tomorrow, it's just that. It's a thing of beauty. It's going to fade away like the flower in the garden, but that's tomorrow. That's the greatest thing about it. Leave it there, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? That's why today is a gift. You only have it for so long, because as soon as the day fades away, tomorrow has come, and now it has turned into yesterday, and the cycle flows again. We are lucky just to wake up during the morning. Shouldn't we be happy for that? There are a lot of people, even at my age. Even my little brother, he almost didn't wake up this past weekend. My little sister and my little brother, they've both had their fair share of run-ins with the hospitals this year. I've had many family members and friends who I've had to bury due to COVID, but I smile, and because they wanted me to. I carry on because they wanted me to. God is a very funny
But
person. Whether you believe in him or not, hey, that's up to you. But
that's
I do.
isn't that tough on you though?
It's tough on me, sure.
I
But
mean,
do I
like you're
think
taking
about
care of
it?
everyone by being strong, and I've been there before. So
Right. Again, it's
who's
sure.
watching you while you're being strong?
It's definitely hard. But again, I still think about those things every day because I don't have that filter in my brain. I just don't. I was never built with that in my brain because, again, that's what ADHD and autism pretty much is. It's the filter in your brain, it
I,
just doesn't
I
exist.
I don't like to say I have ADHD. I don't like to say I have anything. I can like
I'm
tell
just
you,
saying that I'm
but
proud of my disability
but if
because
you
it's
have
my
autism,
superpower.
that's different. I don't have
It's
autism. That's like
it,
something that you
it's
definitely can't control.
you know,
But like,
I
but
I don't want to
ADHD
I don't
does
want to
have.
I don't want to parade around and say it's the best thing ever because it's not. There's a low side and a high side of the spectrum, and you could land anywhere on it.
Anyways, I can't even tell that you have autism. So
It's because I had a speech therapist, like I said, a therapist earlier. She worked on many things, and that was one of them, was speech. I'll talk about this at some other point live on stream someday, but this is just a general synopsis of it that,
yeah,
from the
you
time
guys
that
have
I
to
was
subscribe before you
six.
get the juicy details.
I mean, really though, when from the time that I was like 6 years old all the way to 15 going on 16, I had a speech therapist that would work with me every single week and get me to the point of cognitive thinking that I'm at today. If it weren't for those people, and if it weren't for a lot of people in my life that no longer are living today, you know, I wouldn't be able to do a lot. I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys here. I wouldn't be holding up a good job today. And I wouldn't have had the life that I had for the past 10 years. I would have been probably severely disabled and had to
Give
have
me your
had.
fucking therapist number. Holy crap.
I mean, I'm just saying there could have been several outcomes. But because of people like her, even when she was alive, she's passed on now, which is why I can't give you that number. But,
It,
still, it's very nice to see that people like that have existed and continue to exist. I just wish it was more widespread for people like her, you know, and that those
yeah.
services were more, available. Because the earlier that you treat said symptoms or help to reverse said symptoms earlier on in life, the better off it is. A lot of people can't get that kind of care because we're here in America where everything costs 500 times as
Money.
much.
Yeah.
ナイス禁止
You know what I care more about?
聞かせてもらうね
Say again.
People like I care more about people like my brother, who he does have money. Does he help? And he's bipolar, where you kind of need help for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if he does want to get help, whatever. He's like, everything's fine. I'm in therapy now. I'm like, what, for 2 months? I mean, I even checked it out online. And it says you need up to 2 years. So, I'm not sure about that, my friend. Not you, but my brother. And yeah, he just ruined another. He ruined it. He ruined what I thought we had was good. Then with my family. But then he just ruined it, and he went AWOL. He went. My parents have a business, and he just like was like, "Fuck this, I'm out," and then like left in a fiery rage. So
There are some details of my family that I won't necessarily go through. And if I were to tell you, then certain other family members may watch and be like, well, damn, thanks for selling me out. But I will say that it's been quite a rocky relationship between my siblings. Some things I did to tear the relationship apart, and some things they did to tear it apart too. Just like I guess any sibling would, but
I
you
feel
know,
you. I feel you.
I had to meditate on it a while, and again, however you meditate, it's
Oh,
on you.
yeah.
But again, I
Good,
just had to
good,
meditate
good.
on it and had to get with
You
the times
care.
because
You
again,
care.
I'm the biggest sibling out of 3 in the way of age. I have to be pretty much the anchor for them, even when my mother and father are not around. So
That's cool. I wish. I'm sorry, but a little bit. Something recent happened, so I'm glad that a normal person would try to be the anchor.
it's what I was taught to do from a young
I'm the
age.
middle child. I'm like in the crosshairs.
Mm.
Actually.
That's where my brother is, being the middle child. But you know, something funny? All I ever wanted for him was to be more successful than me. And he finally is. He's gotten through his 4 years of college, and at least he will this coming May. I'm speaking future-wise because I know he will. And that's if he, you know, gets
Cool.
there just like the rest of us. And he'll
I'm happy.
be starting out at a real good company. Of course, I have to generalize this on and off stream when I'm talking to people that I hardly know and that I haven't known for too long. Of course, you know, I only speak with family members about certain things, but as long as I generalize it, it won't be too bad. With that being said, my little brother, he's done great. He's gonna start out with like pretty much triple the salary that I'm at, and he's earned that. You know, he's gone through that 4 years of college where I could never go. I could only get through like 1 year of my college, and then because of money, I had nowhere else to go. And the college that I went to faded out into, well, dust, pretty much. It just dematerialized,
Oh.
essentially, which was really shitty. Which is why I'm
Okay.
hoping for that government assistance to repay me.
My question is, are you and your family good?
Oh yeah. For right now, because I'm in this new job, as long as I make it to my probation, which is in February, at the time of recording this, of course, I have to mention that, since I'm semi forgetting that I'm already live, but well, if this is on
That isn't
YouTube,
nice.
yeah, recording it, but whatever. They know
Yeah,
what I'm
no, I'm
talking
gonna
about.
make clips right now.
But anyway, uh, point in case that if I make it to February, the plan is to get my own place, and I've been trying to lock that down for many, many years now, but it always requires some kind of money. And then whenever you go for the loan, it's, well, have you worked in this and this place for so many months? Oh, do you have X, Y, and Z insurance?
You,
And
I'm
on
sorry,
down the
but
list, you know.
as someone who has been living alone since a long time ago, you can get lucky sometimes.
True.
Some places, they won't ask too many questions, depending on the area, depending on if they think that maybe they just like you. It can be like that sometimes. And you know what's funny? I fixed my credit like so well, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to this new place, and this was during like the pandemic.
Right.
And I applied, and then there's like this whole credit check system. And you know what? They were just like, okay, you can move in right now. I'm like, okay, what? What? So it
Well,
really
if your
depends on some
credit's good enough
places.
and you've been in your job long enough, then yeah,
My
that's
credit
mostly the
is
thing they check on.
650 right now. And
That ain't bad, man. Keep working on
that's
it.
nothing really. It's enough to get a,
It's enough to get
a
you
decent
places in
place.
life. I mean, as long as you work towards it, dude, in another year you could be at 700 plus, and it takes a while, but I
It's like,
promise,
to
man.
me, it's like, oh, I just turned 21, and like, aren't you gonna check my ID? And someone doesn't check your ID. So it's like that, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what your situation is about, like why you can't or don't want to
Unusual, you
get
still there?
a place by yourself.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So like, yeah, just I'm gonna warn you, if you plan to live alone, it's tough, dude. It's really, really tough. It's really tough. Like, just I hope that like once you do move to into a place, you're in a good mindset. You have like friends nearby or something, or you have like places to go. I moved into a completely different place. I don't know anyone, and I got really depressed in my first year. And I mean, I'm at least like 200% better, but
Mm,
I'm still not where I want to be
right.
at all. Like, yeah, I'm working now, I'm going out, but am I better? I wouldn't say so. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I'm better. Like, okay, like I was really like depressed before. I was really afraid to go to the gym because I think I'm too skinny, but I'm going to the gym now. I'm really scared of like I can't get the job because I'm too skinny. I got a job. Like, it's just like I'm defeating my mindsets right now. So really,
Well,
nothing matters. Nothing matters anymore.
well, you know what should matter is yourself. I guarantee if you focus on yourself and focus on nothing and no one else except for your job to make money, as long as you're focusing on that and that alone, people will instantly take notice. And you don't have to tell them anything that you're doing to change. They'll instantly notice it. It goes
It's
without
about
saying that
confidence. It's about
you gotta
confidence.
have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come over 6 months or a year. Trust me, I know. And it sucks too. to have
I
to
don't know
wait
about
on
you
results,
guys.
but
I don't know about
you
you
know.
guys, but like I really lost a lot of communication skills. And one of the reasons why I'm on Discord is to like bring that back. That might be weird, but
Oh no, it's not weird at
It's
all. In my
dude,
case, I've been
there's so
joining
many.
VR chat in a bunch of social groups.
Yeah, dude.
And that's how I keep up to date when it comes to communication.
Yeah.
And I managed to improve it.
oh, so it's not that
Just a
weird.
tiny bit.
I mean, not to dig too much into my personal, but I mean,
Hmm.
I won't really go into all of what happened because I tend to keep that one a little more personal and close to the chest.
Okay, okay.
But
Yeah.
essentially, point in case, I had a big surgery last year, and it was not a vaccination as I previously had thought it was, which I had gotten clarification on that from another very close family member in my inner circle, but that was there with me, you know. But at the time,
Oh,
this was a big old surgery where they, let's just say they took a piece of my intestines. Let me just put it like that, very bluntly. This was a major surgery for me because at the time I was in a lot of pain, and
okay.
I had certain very against TOS things to talk about happening. So I won't go into that right now. But you can kind of put two and two together on what that may have been. Anyway, for the
Okay.
purposes of YouTube and Twitch, I won't go into it. But whenever I got out of it, it wasn't even about 15 to 20 minutes later. It wasn't even about 15 or 20 minutes later when, you know, when I woke up, that the nurse had come in and said, well, time to give you like this pain blocker shot, or it was essentially something for pain, right? You would think. And you would think that it is to help. Now, I can't have any vaccines. I'm vaccine exempt for that reason because I'm allergic to them. It wasn't a vaccine, but you would have damn well thought so with how fast it was killing me. Instantly when she gave it to me
Are you
within like,
allergic to like painkillers or?
it was a blood thinner. And
Oh,
apparently, I found out right then and there, allergic to that too. So
oh.
that's when I found out last year that I'm allergic to blood thinners. So that's really great.
Yikes! I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. A little bit.
It's alright, man. I mean, my family
Yeah,
sure
that's
thought I was dead, bro.
unfortunate.
My family sure as hell thought I
Wait,
was
could
gonna
you-
die that day.
Could you have?
Huh?
Could you have?
What? Could I have died from that? Yeah. I flatlined
It's
twice.
just like. Oh, snap.
like when I tell you there were about 30 doctors and nurses and practitioners all in there trying to correct the fuck up that just happened, it was bad, bro.
Wait,
I mean,
whose
it was
fault is
bad.
that?
It wouldn't have been anybody's because they
Shouldn't the
didn't
doctors have known, or?
see, and that's just it. I don't know that. Isn't that shitty? And neither do they, which means they're not at fault either, which is again really shitty.
So, no one knew. But once we go in, okay, so I'm not trying to like, I'm not taking like any sides or anything like that, right? Once you walk into the hospital, don't you be like, do you have any allergic reaction to anything? But you didn't know, so.
Right. And again, it just.
So they should have been careful.
Right. They just didn't do any tests, bro. That's all it boils down to, is that they just did not do anything to really, I guess, help the situation. But with all of the sad shit
I'm
aside,
sorry, I'm glad you're alive.
yeah, man. It took a while, but I had to spend like an extra day and a half in the hospital because of that shit. I was supposed to go home the same day from getting there early in the morning, like dirt early in the
Okay, but
morning
my
to do the surgery, and then like later that night I was supposed to go back home on the
so
same
did you
day.
go to the hospital expecting that you're gonna feel better, or did
Hmm.
it just become like complicated
No, I
and like
didn't
you felt
expect.
worse and then felt better?
Nobody expects, right? Nobody
I
expects
don't
that with
know.
no.
I expect.
Well, let me finish. With that being said, nobody expects to go in there. And again, I have had up to that point in my life, I didn't know it. Nobody knew it in my family. I didn't know it either, that I'd be allergic to those blood thinners. And guess what? Neither could the doctors either, because of course they ask you. And again, she has given that shot, that same nurse has given that shot a couple thousand times in her career, right? It hasn't done anything to anybody else, but hey, lucky me, right?
Oh, and then
And
you flatline, and they're like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh
yeah,
shit! Oh
I mean, I
shit!"
was see what had happened was I first what happened was a seizure right then and there, because up to that point I had never ever had a seizure, never. And that
Yeah,
was my first seizure right there, and I just kept seizing up, and it didn't matter what they did. They literally had to put me back to sleep in a medically induced coma, just to
no,
bring my body back
no.
to a state where it could be worked upon. You know?
Holy shit! That's so
Yeah,
close, dude.
yeah.
Holy crap! That's fucking
I mean,
crazy.
I
They're still here.
slept. It was probably the best sleep I had had in years, to be honest.
Oh, okay, you're very positive. Okay,
I'm gonna put it like
that's
that so it
funny.
stays somewhat PG, but you know, I'm putting it like that because we're on YouTube and
But in
Twitch. But
reality, you're like, fuck these doctors. Right?
ASMR to help you sleep, beating you until you're unconscious.
pretty much, dude.
Hey, maybe they were like, you know what? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, man, I'm really glad because you sound like really good now. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, unusual. I'm killing your whole family of hilly trolls, bro.
No.
Listen, bro.
Wait, can you wait?
I did it for the
Can you
greatest.
send a cousin? Can you
I-
send my cousin a message? I need my money back.
Listen, bro. I did it for a good cause. 15,000 more entombed in a case of silver. All right.
Okay, so
Do you have
okay,
cabbages lying around?
so
Yes, I
basically
saw
what
plenty.
happened
They're all
is
mine.
that you avoided death, right? You
For
fucking
the third
avoided
time, yeah.
death.
That was the
And,
third time
like,
I avoided death.
I'm
There were
just
2
gonna
other
say, I'm
times.
just gonna say that
Uh,
did you have a new outlook on life after? Like, I
well,
shouldn't be alive, so I'm gonna be like adamant. I'm gonna be
for
like,
at least 3 months afterward, yeah, I most certainly fucking did, bro.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I definitely have to say that. I mean, who else wouldn't coming that close to death? But I mean, hey, maybe some people don't after all that. At least I did. Shit, it was a
My
wake up
dad
call
didn't.
essentially. Some people will never change. I've
My
learned
dad.
that too.
Okay, before my dad, he got liver cancer, and before that, he got a heart attack. He's like, okay, no more cholesterol, as the doctor suggested. And did he quit? Hell no. And then what did he get next? He got liver cancer. Did he get alcohol after that? Yeah, he got so lucky. He got so lucky because he found a transplant for his liver from this guy who got into a bicycle accident. Or, you know, like motorbike accident.
Right.
Yeah, he was young. So yeah, he's still alive. He did quit drinking. So
I mean, there's that, bro. You've tried, but it's all you can do. It's well, try. That's it. All you can do is encourage somebody, man. At the end of the day, that's it. That's all you can do. I've been taking care
but
of
I'll tell you something. He didn't cut the cholesterol. He still eats like a monster.
I've been taking care of someone in my family for several years now. And they've had a lot happen to them in the past several years as well. But I won't really go into it because that would give away too much to know about me. Essentially, as the story would have it, he recovered from his fall, which cracked his right leg. And I can't remember how everything went, but essentially, or well, let's just say that I'm not going to recall that because, again, it would give too much away about my personal for people that would know me. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
point is that me personally, I don't want to. I don't want to really sugarcoat it, but he's come a long way in the past couple years.
I'm sorry. Who is it? Your father? Or
No, I'm not gonna say the relationship
She's not
to
gonna
him.
specify.
Oh,
Right.
oh, okay.
It's just an older family member. We'll put it like that.
Alright.
It's not my father. No, no, it's definitely not my father. But it's just that he's gone through a lot, and finally he's ready to be on his own again. Which I want to be able to respect that wish at the next possible point. Only problem with that is I got to be able to to do just that, you know. I fear that when I do get back on my own that then something stupid's going to happen that someone will need him to come back and I can't put myself back through that. It's just one of those things.
Oh, okay. I think I see what you're speaking of which. Do you guys mind if I ask like a quick question? It's like nothing serious, but do you
Go
guys
ahead.
think that do you guys do you think that like expecting your father to be there is something that you should expect? Is that
Well, what do you mean by that? You expecting your father to be there?
like I don't know, for example, my father, he was never there for me, like in my good days. I mean, he's there for my good days, but not anything else. So,
Mm.
like, he's there if I really need him, but not otherwise. So, and then like my age, so maybe like I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have kids one day, and am I gonna be like that? Maybe dads just don't wanna. Maybe they have a different role, is what I'm trying to say. Is that how it is? That's it. So maybe that's how it is. And if it is, maybe I did not know. But yeah,
Well,
mamas will always be there for you.
I'd like to say that when it comes to being a father, it's considered one of the most responsible things to encounter in life, especially when it comes to, well, you're raising, like, you're raising kids, you're raising life itself. And in some way, that's considered enough motivation for any father to just keep on going because they're not doing it for themselves anymore. They're doing it for whoever they're raising. and truly it's a must.
Supposedly, right?
Truly
Yeah.
it's a must, but knowing the current on certain occasions, there's always someone who su- who suddenly realizes that yeah, they're not as responsible as they think they are. So they go do something else. Sometimes it's even worse. Especially for like a dude as myself. I've been debating. I mean, despite just being at 21 years old, uh, especially when you're living in the when you used to live in Asian countries, you have to really grow up really fast because
Oh
time
yeah, I'm Asian,
yeah
so
time's
very true.
moving like
Very true.
yeah, you gotta grow up really fast. You gotta be responsible in some way or
Yeah.
yeah. And
Are you
let's see.
Asian?
Yes, I am. Yes, I
Oh,
am.
okay. Cool.
Lots of responsibility, and the worst part is it's very competitive out there.
Yeah.
Very competitive. Good thing I moved out. So it's a good thing I
No,
moved out
that's
because it's
fair.
not. It's definitely not the life for me. And
That's like a smart Asian thing to do is like move out from your family despite
well, that wasn't my
because
case really.
you know
I'm still glad that my dad did everything he could just to get to this specified country, just to help us get over there with him. So before he got to do that, he passed down the torch to me at an early age. And let's say that's somewhere around grade 6, 7.
okay, so I'm
Yeah,
not streaming, so I'm not afraid to like disclose information and
that's fine.
stuff.
That's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But my dad, this is gonna sound dark,
Hmm.
and it is dark. So I'm Cambodian, and my dad, he was I don't know if you guys know anything about the Khmer Rouge, but they killed anyone who was of any importance, which was including obviously military, and even from military down to artists. So they killed even people down to artists, and that's how much they Pol Pot was adamant about creating a new Cambodia, apparently. But no, he is a real psychopath. So, anyways, that's besides the point.
That's
Um,
besides the way. Yeah,
well,
let's continue on my part, I guess. But yeah,
I'm
he
just saying
passed
that
down the
like,
torch to me, and
my parents, they passed the torch, but at the same time, my dad went through a lot of stuff before he got to US, and I don't blame him for anything really. I mean, yeah, I did sometimes, but I do understand that like he did see his parents. He saw his parents get killed in front of his eyes, apparently, and so I don't really think that that was good to see. So yeah, so the reason why I was so treated so harshly, or the rest of my family, is that yeah, parents just want to see you do well,
I would
and
say that you can find
nothing is
motivation through
better
that.
than sorry.
I would say you can find motivation through that, in like saying, well, I guess this is what happened to me. I'm going to make a promise to myself that if I ever have a kid or not, and if I do, I will make sure that same exact thing that happened to my dad will, or how he was treated or how he treated us, I will not do that to them.
Oh, oh, I mean,
That's that's
dude,
the
hell
motivation
yeah,
itself on
that's
that one.
very, very good. I'm really glad to hear you say that. And I don't think I would do the same thing either. I know
Hmm.
I would be a really good parent,
I
but
mean,
at the same time, I'm afraid. I'm very afraid of. I mean, I would never hit my kids like it was done so onto me,
I guess sure you
but
can be
it,
stern with
it,
them.
it's just like I just don't want kids, to be honest. I just don't.
So you're in that time of
I'd rather have
you're-
like a corgi or a pug, you know.
yeah, so you're in that stage, I guess. As for me,
Yeah.
I've been thinking the whole time if I do want one or if I don't want one.
If I
But given
if I
my
meet the right girl, if I meet the right girl and she's like, "Oh, I want kids," I'd be like,
well, that's gonna be a long, long
"Fine."
time if you
Yeah.
or at least talk to.
I mean, right now, the only
In a pretty
person that you
hopeless
need
state.
is yourself.
Yeah.
Eventually, of course, you're gonna want
Oh, definitely.
an SO. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I think. That's why I consider myself incapable, for now, at least. And if I do
Yeah.
reach that stage, then we'll see what happens. Because there's a lot of things that I still have to do and
I'm
test in life.
glad that I'm glad your mindset is like that, to be honest.
Well, I got it from my
Because
dad.
I have a younger brother. I have a younger brother, and he just turned 21, and like the first thing I guess was on his mind is a girlfriend, and so he just. My parents have a restaurant, and he just left. He was like, "All right, I'm gone. Okay, bye guys." Type of thing. He's getting married. He's 22, and he's getting married next month. And
Oh,
so,
Jesus. Okay.
yeah, that's cool. I'm not invited, but
I mean, it does sound like he's in
that's
a hurry, but
cool.
at the same time, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't think it's
Was it his choice?
his choice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it was hers. I mean, what kind of guy wants to get married
Uh,
if it wasn't like influenced by someone at first?
Well, I can't really answer that. I'm still in progress on
At a
growing up.
young age. At a young age. Yeah. But yeah,
Knowing for sure, I've been
that's
reminded that if you're close to 30, I think you might start looking for one. But as for now, I appreciate your help.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Yep,
that's what
you
they
got me.
reminded me.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, sometimes most of my
That's
cousins
cool.
are bugging me, like, hey, you have a girlfriend yet? No. No. After all these years, you've been blocking me to not get one. Now I don't feel like getting one.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I don't feel like getting one right now.
Dude, honestly,
Coming
I
into
respect
conclusion that
people who I respect people who stay single. Because that's not easy.
it definitely isn't. No, not at all. That's why I'm like,
I'm single because, I just turned the big 3-0.
hmm.
So currently, I don't want to get with anyone until I'm where I want to be. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I'm
for the
not in a
part we
rush
gotta work on
either. I'm
ourselves.
not in a rush.
I'm
Like,
not in a
there's no
rush
rush.
either.
I've never been in a rush ever. I've never been in a rush.
I mean, I
I've
may
had
be.
a few like girlfriends before.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I may sound desperate at certain times, especially hearing it, like Thai Archon over here. You know how much of a degenerate I am at sometimes.
Yep. We won't talk about that right now. This is supposed to be a
won't
real
talk about that
conversation,
now.
right?
It's a real conversation right now, but yeah, I may be down bad, but at the same time, I do have priorities.
All right, bro.
No,
I
no,
do
no.
have certain priorities
No, definitely. I
that
mean,
does matter.
100%.
nothing wrong with having fun.
Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with having fun. So, go for it. I had enough fun already. So, I'm looking for something serious. So, I'm different. I don't know about you guys. It's time to settle down.
Yeah, even in today's standards, I don't feel like, you know what, maybe in a few more years. I think I have a cousin who's somewhere around 34, I think. Yeah, yeah. He he's almost he almost has the same attitude as me. He
Which
except
is.
except for the part where he works at a he
Oh,
works
you
in
just want to
cyber.
work?
Yeah, no. Not that. He works in cybersecurity, which is
No.
damn good for him.
Oh, that sounds like my
I want
case.
to be like that. Yeah. Funny part is, yeah, he's also the he's also a degenerate like me. But you know, he has figurines. He has like a really good setup for himself. It's nice that he's helping out the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
Yeah.
he's had a few girlfriends. He's just not ready to commit because, from what I heard from his mother, is
My choice, right?
he does want a girlfriend, but at the same time, he doesn't want the girlfriend to be around him at certain times.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I do want you here, but not around here. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, 100%. My
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah,
girlfriend,
yeah.
it worked out really well because, like, before I had my last ex, she didn't. My last ex, before my last ex, she talked way too much, and she was like always opening my business, like get off the league or like whatever.
It's nice to uphold the conversation, keeping up the communication and all that. But yeah, for him, it's quite the opposite. He wants space that he
No one
needs.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and once he does receive that, he'll come to you. He'll give you space. It might be even bother you. Who knows? But he,
Yeah, yeah.
his mother even suggested to him that. Uh, I think at this point, at that age of yours, 34, 35, I think it's already too late to start raising a kid because, well, he's 34 and
Let's
all he's
let
been
me
doing
think.
is just
34,
test it. Like he's been,
34.
yeah, yeah.
You could date a girl who's like late 20s, I think, and
Oh no, he's been doing that.
okay.
It's just, his preferences is getting in the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why he's just focused on making a lot more money in order to provide.
He's single right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not that I know
Stay
of. I mean,
single.
that's like 2 months ago that I've talked to him. So I don't know if he's
I'm
still
trying to
single.
stay single as long as I can.
Hmm.
I do want to settle down, probably within like the next, to be honest, whenever I get like a stable job.
Hmm.
So maybe like 2, 3 years.
When it comes to most us
And
guys,
yeah.
our main goal in mind is, well, obviously family, but at the same time, being in a steady financial state. And once that happens, then we can worry about everything
Right.
else. I mean, sure, if you're like,
Exactly.
if you're like a, what's it called again? Uh, what's another way? A free-spirited 14-year-old, then yeah, you're just gonna end up thinking about when am I gonna get a girlfriend and all that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
early on, yeah, it's gonna
really
be like
early on.
that. Yeah, which I'm so glad I'm over that. I mean, I was never really like that, but
Well, I'm still not over it. I'm still
I
trying to
went
deal
through
with it.
that.
I'm still trying to deal with it, but that's why I'm like working more hours. So
I
I'm like,
mean, once you get your first love
oh no,
already,
I've had a few already.
so
I've had a few already.
after
It's just
that's done, you're like, okay, this shit is complicated. That's it.
yeah, it is
Yeah, okay.
complicated. It is. It is. Yeah, I've had a few as well. Well, most of them left me for someone else, but you know,
Okay, my first love left me for my best friend, so that's cool. Right?
it's fine. Yeah, take care.
Yeah. So I
At
mean,
least,
even
mm,
before that, I was like, not really any girl, but I
well,
don't
at
know.
first, definitely I'm
I don't know.
confused.
My parents are very different, so I never really like held on to anything that I ever loved. My parents always gave away my pets, and I was like, oh, I love this dog, and then like I show up like home from school, and I'm like, oh, where's my dog? They're like, oh, we gave him away, and then
Oh,
I look next door, and then guess where my dog is? It's with the neighbor now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my dad is so savage. But it's fine.
He gave it to the
It
neighbor's
taught
kid.
it taught me to not. It taught me to appreciate what I have now.
Good, at least. As long as there's a lesson behind it, then yeah, I'll take it.
There's always a lesson.
And if there isn't, then they're just being a dick, and then I don't know.
Yeah. He's a little both. Yeah.
A little bit of both, I guess.
It's okay. I'll get my own dog one day.
Yeah, it definitely comes to those. Oh yeah, continuing off of
But
my
yeah,
story.
yeah, about girls is
We went off there. Oh boy.
but about girls is so like I don't really like. Maybe it's just based on. Yeah.
All right.
It's based on the fact that I don't really expect any girl to listen to So
Yeah, I kind of want to continue
I'm
off
not
of my.
really gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Because if I make it work, cool. If I don't make it work, I'm probably gonna blame myself. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be too hurt.
Yeah, I'd like to continue off of my current story.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
We went off on the other tangent. Oh man, alright. So by the time he passed on the torch to me, he said, "You're gonna be the man of the house for now, because I won't be around for a few years. Because he's working on some papers towards that country. And it requires a lot of papers. So I had to help with almost everything. Like, be responsible. I was still at school, obviously, but at the same time, I wasn't woken up at like the normal school hours, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I wasn't woken up at that time. I was woken up somewhere around 4 a.m. just to help out with groceries with my mother. And it's a really far place just to get some groceries. Man, my arms were sore every day. But yeah, as long as I'm able to help and like get through the whole thing, and I did my best in studying too. Good. Man, obviously, it's definitely hard when it comes to a really competitive state. You know how in Western areas they have a grading system like A to F, like A plus, B plus, C minus, D minus, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a global top ranking system on schools. So you actually get to see who's one of the best of the best. And the best I was able to get to was
Wait, do parents pay attention to that?
yes, a lot,
I see.
a lot. Which is also another reason why I hate history. I really hate history, man. But yeah. The ranking system, top to 10 on different sections of each category. Good thing I managed to get to top 11, just to get the requirements needed in order for me to be flown towards that country. Well, now that I'm here, I'm enjoying my time, and it's been easy going living in such a western area. It feels very different too, especially when English is not your first language.
Sorry, I'm reconnecting my headset. Hold on.
Alright. But then again, coming back to it, just gotta be the man in the house for a little while. Finally realize how much responsibility it takes just to be someone that.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Just to be someone that's that has to be looked up on by my siblings, especially. Yeah, I'm the eldest out of 3. I'm the
Out
eldest out
of
of 3. I gotta make a good example. I gotta make a
out
good
of how
example.
many siblings did you have? I want to guess 3.
I have 2 siblings.
About 2.
Yeah, basically the eldest. Yeah.
Early. You,
It,
you said you were a middle child earlier, right?
Me? Yes.
Okay.
So I was paid basically no attention whatsoever.
oh no, but for mine, funnily enough, it's actually quite equal. So that's how I learned that when it comes to parenthood, favoritism is definitely not an option. So when someone messes up,
Well,
I
that's
get when
good.
someone else messes up, I get my ass beat too. So so we have to work
The
as a
only thing that
team as
was like the
siblings
worst
just
thing
to
is
prevent it.
when
Lol equal ass whoopings.
so as a middle child, you know, okay, imagine you're a parent, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so you want to make your first child happy, so you give him a car. Okay? And you're like, okay, so I'm a child out of 4 siblings. So my older sister, and she's a girl, so of course, you got to.
Gotta
And
treat
then
princess.
I didn't get anything. And then my younger brother, who was 7 years younger than me, born in 2000, he got like a sports car. I'm like, hello, I've been here for quite some time. When is it my turn? You feel me?
Yeah, we got that good old sibling rivalry and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like take it out or even say like, oh hey, what the fuck.
Yeah, we can't
But I
really
was like,
take it to
definitely
heart.
like, give
You
me a
know,
ride. But yeah,
can't really take it to
no,
heart.
I gave shit to I gave some flack to my parents. I was like, hey, why why do they get a car? I've done so much for you, and they're like, you're irresponsible. You're probably gonna crush it. Blah blah blah. But it's fun. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what?
fun.
I work for what I make, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, continue what you're saying.
I'm thinking about it still. I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of things that I skipped out on.
So you're the oldest sibling. That's
I'm
a
the
lot
oldest
of
sibling.
pressure.
Oh, definitely. Especially
But
when it
but
comes to
but
studies.
what made it like the most pressure? Wait, how do I say it? Like the most.
What was the
What
most
was like the
pressure?
most like challenging stuff being an older sibling?
Well, usually you're basically, especially in my dad's case, where he had to leave for a few years so he can work abroad.
Oh,
I had to be the man of the house. Uh,
I see.
yeah, I had to provide some examples, like a good example at least, the best I could do,
Yeah,
and be able to fix certain machines and all that. Maybe even
in the house, you mean?
oh, definitely.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing I was into electronics, so
Do you mind if I ask like the age gap between you and the rest of your siblings?
oh, okay. Now that I'm 21, for my little brother, he is oh, it's a 4-year age gap.
I had a weird age gap. So you had 4 years?
Yeah, 4-year age gap. Because here's the funny thing. The reason why
Between
that came to
yeah.
be is because my parents planned it. They
They
planned
wanted it like this.
they planned it to have a 4-year
Oh
age
my
gap.
god.
It's like, all right, so
So
here's the
stupid.
strat. So that's
Yeah, here's the strat.
that's
We're
what
gonna
they
raise a
did.
child so that the child can raise the rest of them.
Yeah, we're gonna give this one person let
Honestly, I'm not gonna
let's hope
lie.
this child has
Would
a
you
god
not do
roll.
the same thing? Would you not do the same thing? I would.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes like I'm getting old and I'm thinking to myself like, who's gonna take care of me when I get old later? So better
Well,
have a child eventually.
it's lucky for my parents that they have three choices who's gonna be able to take care of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I will, but you know. So far, I
Really?
can't.
Okay, so but this is different. In Asian cultures, the youngest child is supposed to take care of.
Oh no, it's me
parents.
because what I want from a sibling is to, well, as the Thai Archon has mentioned, is I want them to be more successful than me. That's why I prioritize
Wow.
my parents over me,
That
and my
is
siblings
like
over
so
me.
wholesome. That is like complete opposite of my family though. My
Yeah.
family, we're all trying to be better than each other.
But I mean, it's a competition, I guess.
It's a
We
competition.
still, well, we still have that competition. That's why I'm still salty that my little brother got got a learner's
I don't
license
think
before I
so.
did.
You seem like the type that like you actually do want what's best for everyone and you'll probably help everyone.
Oh, I do, but I'm still salty that my little brother got a learner's license before I did. So I gotta wait for
Oh,
another
I
month.
see, I see, I
So
see.
I'm kind of pissed.
Okay, okay. I see how it is. Yeah, there's always that.
Yeah. It also gave me, after coming to this country, it gave me a better outlook on how bad it is from where my
Yeah.
hometown used to be. Because here in the Western countries, you can, get like a part-time
Oh,
job
so
somewhere around 15, 16.
you weren't born in America. You
No,
came
no, no.
here?
Yeah, well, I'm not in America, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because American mindset, anyways, is capitalism. You know,
Yeah, well, yeah.
money over everything, and
Oh, the same goes to my hometown as well, but the options are diminished because in here, from where I am now, you
uh,
can't like you can get a part-time job somewhere around 15, 16, like maybe even younger if you have your parents' permission.
oh
A
yeah,
while
yeah.
back in my hometown, you can't even get a job or a
I
part-time
see.
job until you're like 21.
Oh damn, that's
It's awful. It's awful.
dude.
That's why,
I started working at 16, 15, 16,
yeah.
off of a worker's permit from school. I had to have my
I felt awful a while back because
counselor.
I felt awful a while back because all I could do is just watch cartoons.
Oh, so you did want to work.
I did want to work as soon as possible because, well, I wanted something. Knowing the value of money itself at an early age, it's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna ask for much anymore.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm the one who first realized that. I think my siblings are still at that stage. They're like, "Hey, can I have this?" So I'm like, "All right."
Well, that's nice. I wish, I wish my older siblings were like that. They were more different. I don't know if you know like MySpace or something like that, but that was a long
That is
time
an
ago.
ancient one.
Yeah,
Talking
so
about MySpace, man. I think I
my
was not even
oldest
born by
sibling,
that time existed.
my yeah, my oldest sibling, we started like graphics and layouts for MySpace web pages, and that was my childhood, at least. So, I mean, we made a lot of money, but I didn't really go out much. So, so yeah, no, it was cool because like I got a lot of respect because I
Hmm.
told people. I mean, like I was wearing like I did have money that my
Hmm.
brother bought for himself, but then he gave to me. So I got like the hand-me-downs from the second hand from the profits of the business that we both worked on.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I got some attention and I guess it works, right? That works, right?
Yeah, it works just fine. You got what you wanted. They got what they wanted. It's just hand me down at that point.
この同点も
But yeah, so that was my childhood. And was what you were saying?
Hmm?
Um, What were you saying? Or I can tell you another story. Like I did it for like 3 years, and yeah, I made a lot of money. I didn't see that money. My parents took almost half of it.
Well, we all have that experience. Just like, oh, you have that much money? Let me take care of that for you. And it's
Dude,
gone the next day.
I guess that's how it is.
That's how it
Because
is. That's how it is. Especially
okay,
when it comes to our
so
mothers.
that money that me and my brother made together,
Mm.
that's different. But I wrote books on Kindle when it was first released, and I was like, huh, I'm wondering, what if I make books on Kindle? And so I did. And I was one of the first people to make Minecraft books on Kindle. And guess what? I banked pretty hard. And
Wow.
guess what? My parents took it. They're like, you live under my roof, so
Yeah, I mean,
you have
it's
to
a good
help
enough
pay
reason
rent.
that.
And then okay, so I came to my parents like this, pretend they're my dad. I'm like, guess what?
Yeah, what's up? What you got here?
I just wrote a book and I'm making $600 a month.
Oh, good for you.
And I'm
Is
like, oh
it
yeah, you have to
just
take after me. And
uh,
then 2 days later,
and just to make sure, is it
hey,
under my account or yours?
and then it's like 2 days later, it's like, hey, you know, I need $600, bucko. I was like, oh.
See,
I'm not
that's
too
that's
confident I
that
can
that's
make
what I
that
had
back.
to learn. That's what I had to learn early on. Don't tell them a damn thing. It,
Yes,
Yeah, don't
what they
tell them a
exactly.
what they
damn
don't
thing.
know won't kill them.
Hell no.
What they don't know won't kill
Dude,
them. And again, I
if
had to learn
I
that.
didn't say anything, I could be in a different place right now.
Exactly. But
Exactly, especially when it comes to
that's
especially
why
when it
you
comes to
don't
my
say anything.
yeah.
Yeah, now I know. Well, my older sibling, maybe just like you, he is a programmer, and so he does not disclose anything, even with me, about like how much he makes,
Right, because
if
he's
he has a
Yeah,
afraid
job.
that
He
somebody.
does not even tell us if he has a job.
yeah.
He's
That's
scared.
Well, that's just the thing. Family, he knows. He knows this more than anybody, probably. But
hmm
because of all the times that he's been backstabbed, just like anybody else,
Yeah.
that he's afraid that he'll be backstabbed once more if you
Oh, I
find
don't
out how
blame
much
him.
he's making or what he's doing in life,
Yeah.
Because people will always bring you down, bro, no matter how far up you are in life, if you allow them to.
Yeah, so at first, my brother called my parents narcissistic. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, kind of,
Who called?
but I don't like to think about things like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
But
it is that way, then it is that way. You have to call it how you see it.
hmm
it is like that. It is like that.
Then there
I'm
you
gonna be
go.
honest. I'm trying to be nice. But
So am I. I'm just giving it to you how it is, man.
well, thanks. But yeah, so my
That's how
parents
it be.
are very my okay, so honestly, 1.25, 25 to 50% chance that if you're bipolar, your family, your genetics, it rolls down like that. So yeah, so my older brother, he's bipolar. My dad is 100% bipolar. He's narcissistic too. And anyways, it's my dad, like hate him, love him, whatever. Like yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I'm really glad to hear that like you guys know like this is not just like a weird thing. It's a thing that you shouldn't tell people how successful you are sometimes, right?
You just gotta make with what you have.
Especially if it's somebody you just can't trust, man.
hmm
Especially that. I know you have certain family members that you just
I
can't
thought
trust
they
with
would be
information.
happy for me, but yet they
No,
are. They definitely were.
they definitely were because they were happy that they'd get more money because they knew damn well that you'd give it up to them.
Oh my.
And if you weren't allowing yourself to be run over, then you could have kept that money.
Yeah. That kind of ruined my life, I'm not gonna lie, but that's cool.
We
So I
make a
didn't go to
decision every
college.
day whether we do something
I
for
didn't go
ourselves
to
or for someone
college
else.
because
So
the reason I didn't go to college was because I really felt like if I kept writing, that I would just continue to make more. And I was pretty good at like all this internet marketing stuff. I didn't just write books for any fucking thing. I wrote books for what was in season, what was hot. You know, that takes like marketing sense. And so I succeeded multiple times actually. And every time I told my parents about it, and they're like, "Oh,
and that was the
let
choice
me get
that
some of
was
that.
stupid.
Let
Yeah.
me get some of that."
Yeah, that was a stupid choice, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, I was just like happy, you know, like when you're happy,
Well,
you're like,
I get that,
Nice, it's
bro.
nice,
But
but at the same time,
at the same time,
simmer
like
down.
that's yeah, I I would have been like, okay, you fell for it on the first try, shame on them, but two times shame on you, you know, because you didn't learn from the
yeah,
first time. And again, that's what I had to have other relatives tell me. It's like, look, you got took for a ride so many times, it's time to stop. Time to get some help, you know? I don't want to sound like that one meme, but honestly, bro, you know.
yeah. Unfortunate.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I
it comes to
mean,
something you're proud of,
that kind of killed my spree, not gonna
Mm.
lie, because I was using that money to invest into like other stuff, but they were like, let me have all of it. They didn't just say some of it, they said all of it. I was like,
Well, that's
oh,
what greed does,
okay.
and it gets the best of pretty much
So
all of
I'm
people.
saying
So
that I'm not saying that my parents are necessarily narcissistic, but like,
sounds that way.
come on,
Mm-hmm.
come
It
It
on.
definitely
it
does
just
get there.
it doesn't sound like narcissistic. It sounds like greed, pure, unaltered greed. Like it just, I don't know how else to tell you that, but I mean it is. It's just it's pure greed in its finest form. So
Greed.
Can't
yeah.
really blame them. Some of them do really need a lot of it, but at the same times, well, there's plenty of them that don't deserve it.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna be like my older brother now, and if I do get lucky again, and that was luck. Honestly, that was luck. What happened to me before?
Mm.
That was some work, but it was mostly luck. And if that happens, for sure, I'm not gonna make the same mistake
Yeah.
again.
Never again.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. I'm gonna keep talking to my unusual hilly troll right here. I don't know how he
He killed my
learned.
family.
I don't know how he learned the English dialect, but it's pretty cool.
That's what makes me unusual. It's great.
It's true, man. It's true. But anyway, Halloween is almost over with. I might as
I
well
I
can't
haven't
leave it
even
wait.
right
gone
here.
outside. Should I go outside?
I mean, I've done like a
No,
2 hour plus stream now, so I think it's a pretty good time to call it here.
you
Anyway,
know what's better when it comes to Halloween? Just put out a sign that says no Fortnite costumes outside.
yeah, man.
Stupid.
All right, I'm gonna deafen for a sec. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really definitely enjoyed it with y'all. Hope you have a happy Halloween. Tomorrow we'll have an all new layout once again for Thanksgiving. Hope to see you then.